The design of Scramblers started back in Europe when people would take their road bikes and go cross-country racing. They would put longer travel suspensions and knobby tires to make this happen. Today we have one such motorcycle which has been converted into a Scrambler. Here we have the Triumph Scrambler 400X. Today we'll talk about all the aspects of this motorcycle, including design, the ergonomics, the power, the engine and the gearbox, the handling, the comfort, and of course the quality of components. And we will wrap up this video with the 5 things that we love and hate about this motorcycle. Now let's talk about the design of this motorcycle. If you look at it carefully, you'll see that there are no sharp lines on this vehicle. It is rounded off well and it is a very welcoming design. Now let's take a closer look at this. In the front view, you'll see that there is this headlight which is round and welcoming, but there is a cage around it. The bike also comes with this accessory like a beak. Overall, from the front, it is very pleasant and welcoming. Now let's move on to the side. From the side view, you'll see that there is good clearance around the rear wheel and in the front. This is to ensure that the wheels move freely without touching any components. Now there is a beautiful flowing line that goes from the seat onto the tank. There is a small triangle of salt which symbols harmony. Now the engine is not just a functional component but beautifully designed to match the overall looks of the vehicle. This is how the vehicle looks like from the rider standpoint. The tank, if you see, is a thing of beauty. I'm not sure if you can observe the kind of paint finish that is there on this, but it looks beautiful. The mirrors are round and offers good visibility. Now the instrument console also is round and it goes with the overall design of this bike. Overall, if you look at the design, the round headlights, the elegantly designed tank, the curve that flows on from the tank to the seat, the engine casing that is aesthetically pleasing makes this bike a thing of beauty. Now let's hop on and talk about the ergonomics of this bike. The reach of the switchgear on the left is good. So is the case with the right switchgear. Now on the left, you have this foot peg that has great space, has good padding. The gear lever can damage your shoes, so you have to be slightly careful with that. Now on the right side, the brake levers have good feel and there is serration to help you with off-roading. Now this offers good feedback. Coming to the mirrors offer great visibility and the round design goes with the other aspects of this motorcycle. Now let's lift this bike up. As you can see, for somebody who is 5'6", I can barely reach, but it is definitely manageable. The handlebar is tall, but you see the angle of this arm, it is fairly straight, which means this bike was designed for slightly taller riders. Now on longer rides, due to vibrations and because of the strain that the arm puts, there can be a slight shoulder pain that comes in. The tank is a design element. Now because of this, the design has taken priority over the ergonomics. Now when you try to stand and ride, the ability to grip the tank is slightly low on this bike. The seat and the foot peg position is designed for comfortable rides. Overall, I would say the ergonomics is very good for your city commutes, but for longer rides and for shorter people, it can get slightly tricky. Let's turn on the motorcycle and talk about the tech, the engine and other aspects of this motorcycle. Now let's try something interesting. Let's start the engine. Now let's rev it slightly. Accelerate and drop. The bike has all the necessary features like ABS, traction control, and anything else that you would expect from a 400cc motorcycle. Now, let's talk about the engine and the gearbox. This bike over here is a 398cc engine that is derived from KTM. It does about 40 bhp in power and about 37 Newton meter in torque. Now, this is something that everybody would tell, but we'll do something different. We'll run a few tests, starting off with acceleration. There are a couple of interesting aspects about this engine. For example, the low-end torque is excellent. The torque band starts right from 3000 RPM, which means there is ample lot of torque and it helps you short shift and ride peacefully in the city. But let's say you want to go fast. You let the engine rev up and you will see that the engine comes alive. While this engine is more or less similar to the Speed 400, the gearing is slightly different. If you've seen our Himalayan review, you'll understand that the Himalayan has a slightly taller ratio where it can do higher speeds at each gears. But this is different. It feels like the ratios are smaller because the engine revs faster, but it can also do higher speeds. That way, it has the right balance between city commutes and highway rides. One other thing that I found slightly different is the clutch on this bike. The Speed 400, although they say it runs the same slipper clutch, felt slightly harder on the Speed 400. But this behaves like a proper slipper clutch, and I like the feeling on the clutch as well. Now, we know that this bike can run well like an athlete, but can it stop as well? Now, let's run a small test to find out. There were a couple of things we observed when we ran the brake test. First, when you ram the rear brakes, it momentarily locked up, but the bike was very stable. Things were slightly different on the front. The front rotor on this bike is slightly bigger than the Speed 400, but it does not have the sintered pads. A lot of people on the internet are recommending users to go with sintered pads. Before we move on to the next section, we'd like to thank the sponsors for this video. Well, nobody paid for this video, so this video is brought to you by Hennis Garage. Hennis Garage was started with an intent to help racers go faster around the racetrack. Now, we want to use that expertise to help you buy better products. So if you're out in the market looking to buy a motorcycle or a car, you can always reach out to us on WhatsApp or any of our social media platforms. Now, before we talk about the handling, we'll run a few tests, starting off with low speed handling. Now, let's run a single lane change test. let's see how this bike does in double lane change. The handling on this bike is good. For first time riders, it is more than adequate. There are few interesting aspects that we found during the handling trials. I'll make a dedicated video for it, which will explain why the bike does what it does. Now with that, we'll talk about comfort. Just like how we ran a couple of tests for the other attributes, we'll run a few tests for comfort as well. Let's take a closer look at the comfort of the seat. So you'll see that the material of the seat is made out of leather and it is slightly stiff. Now, stiff seats are good for longer rides. However, the material of this seat can irritate you slightly on longer rides. Overall, this is an excellent option for a comfortable city ride. But for highways, there are a few caveats. For example, there is a lot of wind blast. The vibrations on this bike can cause long-term fatigue. And finally, the leather seat can cause irritation over longer rides. Barring this, excellent option for both city rides and shorter highway commutes. One question that constantly comes up is whether this bike gets hot. Well, it does. In traffic, you will feel that there is hot air blown onto your shins, but it is manageable. On longer rides and colder nights, you will actually find this pleasant. Now, let's look at the temperatures after a long ride. There are lots of things that are great on this motorcycle. But for me, one thing that really stands out is the quality of the components. Now, let's check out the quality of these components with our knock-knock test.
That hurts.
The bike will cost you around 3.5 lakhs on road in Bengaluru. The first service was at 1000 kilometers and it cost around 2500 rupees. Now, since it is a Triumph, you can expect the parts to be slightly expensive. In terms of mileage, this bike offers 24 to 25 kmpl in the city, and on the highway you can expect anywhere between 29 to 31 kmpl. Before we move on to the 5 things that we love and hate about this motorcycle, I'd like to share something with you. 98% of our viewers have not subscribed to our channel. It will cost you nothing, but it will keep us motivated to bring the best automotive content in front of you. So take a moment to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends and family. Here are 5 things that we love about this motorcycle. Number 1, the design of this motorcycle. Number 2, the torque at lower RPMs and the power at higher RPMs. Number 3, the ride comfort in city. Number 4, the sound of this engine. Number 5, the right mix of off-road and road behavior. Honestly, I'm nitpicking at this point, but here are 5 things that we hate about this motorcycle. Number 1, the vibrations on the handlebar. Number 2, the leather seat can be slightly irritating on longer highway rides. Number 3, the wind blast is quite high. Number 4, for new riders, the heating on this motorcycle can be a little annoying. Number 5, this bike is so good looking that it becomes very difficult to maintain. While refueling or in parking lots, you have to be really careful. So who is this bike for? This bike is for someone who wants great power, wants great city comfort, and wants to go on weekend trail rides. All of this while having a small bike. So who should not buy this bike? This bike is not for someone who wants to munch miles on the highways. Let me explain. If you are expecting to do very long rides on this bike, you will have to accept the vibrations and the wind blast that come with it. Thank you for watching this video up till the end. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, ride safe and Godspeed.